The gods across different mythologies share a lot of power between them, from controlling elements of nature to having the ability to shapeshift. There are a variety of things these gods are capable of. Not only this, but these gods have created life itself on Earth and are said to have the ability to take it back if they wish to. On the other hand, superheroes are fictional characters, and most of their traits are made to put an emphasis on making them larger than life and comparable to gods. This might also be true to the fact that many of these characters are derived from the Greek or Norse pantheon, and some even from the Egyptian pantheon. For example, Batman is highly inspired by the dark theme of Hades, while the Flash is mostly inspired by Hermes due to his speed. This made us think, how would they fare if they were to go against one another? Before we get started, do let us know whose side you're on in the comments down below. Taking a look at the comic book worlds these superheroes have originated from, they hold an advantage as the powers of superheroes can be increased accordingly to their writer's needs. More so, there have been comic book representations of gods in comic books too. In most of the iterations, the gods are shown to have similar, if not the same characters and powers. But there have also been some iterations where gods are treated like aliens, like in the vastly famous Marvel Cinematic Universe. Characters like Thor and Odin have been shown to be weaker than their mythological counterpart for the sake of storytelling. But let us take the mythological gods and compare them with the superheroes. Would the gods even stand a chance? Yes, they will. The gods across each mythology are vastly powerful, and while the heroes are written in such a manner that they're shown to have undefeatable powers, each of these characteristics is written with a human touch, giving them weaknesses. You might think Superman might be one of the most powerful heroes who would take the fight against gods, but one of the biggest weaknesses is not just kryptonite, but magic. Superman's powers against magic are deemed useless, meaning that a god well-versed in magic like Morpheus or Athena would be easily able to take someone with invincible powers like him down, giving an advantage to the gods. But what about the weaknesses of the gods? Most of the gods have weaknesses that come along with their nature, like Zeus being lustful towards women or Poseidon having anger issues. These weaknesses come along with their characters, which could even plague a superhero. On the contrary, talking about the weaknesses of superheroes, they are much more practical, like Hulk having adamantium as his weakness. So Hephaestus, the god of metallurgy, could easily devise a way to beat him, or a hero named Shazam, who has a susceptibility to lightning when his powers are lightning. Quite ironic, don't you think? But all things considered, we think the superheroes might be more vulnerable when it comes to their weaknesses, and gods would easily take advantage. What about intelligence? Despite the lack of tales on the intelligence and cunning of gods and goddesses, you might be surprised to hear that there is a fair share of gods who are respected very much in that regard. Gods like Loki, Vishu, and Hephaestus are serious threats not to be messed with, from mind games on the battlefield to having a vast amount of knowledge of their weaponry. These gods are not a force to be reckoned with. Some of the tales of Vishu even mention him taking a human form to support the Pandavas and creating an intricate war strategy against the Kauravas, while also finding means to benefit from the weakness on the battlefield. Not only he, but the god of mischief, Loki, has a history of utilizing their power of shapeshifting and gender fluidity for his own advantage. Even so, the heroes also don't possess a big disadvantage in terms of intelligence. Many of the heroes primarily have powers derived from their superintelligence. With their intelligence, they have created machinery which may almost deem magic. Superheroes like Reed Richards and Batman are written to be highly intelligent in terms of battle planning and execution. So let's have this round tied between the gods and the superheroes, until the gods have taken an edge over the superheroes, but our next point will shift the tide of momentum between the two. Now, for teamwork. It is not a big revelation that gods don't work well together. As a matter of fact, a majority of gods have fought against each other more than the evils of the world. The decade-long war of Titanomachy, the Trojan War, the Gigantomachy, Set-Horus rivalry, the list goes on and on. All of the gods have major egos and power issues, due to which it is hard to imagine them working together. Meanwhile, superheroes are well known for team-ups. The Justice League, the Avengers, and the X-Men are just a few to name. Team-ups as such make it really easy to battle a powerful enemy, since a team of 5 would be able to coordinate their attacks and bring an advantage to themselves. So we are giving this point to the heroes. Now an important question pops up. Who does history side with? Going through the many tales across different source materials, many gods have proven to be going against some very powerful foes in a formidable fashion. One such tale would be when Hephaestus went against many of the most powerful gods in the Greek pantheon, by not even lifting a finger, but just through sheer cunning and intelligence. It is said that after being banished from the god's realm for not looking attractive, Hephaestus crafts chains to trap goddess Hera. She was finally unchained when the gods promised Hephaestus that he would have his place among the gods. Not only this, but ancient Greek technology has shown to be advanced enough that androids like Telos were created to protect the island of Crete from invaders. This sounds somewhat similar to Ultron or Vision because, as mentioned earlier, these characters are majorly inspired by mythology. A similar occurrence would be the time when Batman went against the whole Justice League in a comic issue, mindfully utilizing each of the Justice League members' weakness and having them by their knees. So it is fair to say that listening to the stories of either side would have them portrayed as erudite, which makes this round a tie. And finally, for the most important aspect, the scale of the battle. Before we conclude who would win, let us think, if this battle were to happen on Earth, how much would the destruction be? As we have discussed in 2 of our prior videos on the size of gods and creatures in Norse and Greek mythology, it is a well-known fact that some of these creatures are massive, from the size of creatures like Jormungandr to gods like Hanuman, who can increase or decrease in size according to necessity. On the other hand, there are also superheroes known for increasing in size and power like Ant-Man or the Atom, and characters like Galactus who devour planets. Thus, it is fair to say the fight would be massive in scale, to the point that it might destroy the planet itself and bring immense changes to the living world. Cool. Anyways, so after considering all the points, it is fair to say that the gods would take the win. Despite how powerful the heroes may be, the gods have time and again shown that they are not beings to be messed with. From technology to strength, these beings had it all figured out. And yes, it is fair to say that the superheroes that pop culture loves today are also a glorification of mankind, but they would not fare well with the being that humans today refer to as a god. Thanks for checking out our video. Drop down your views about this topic in the comment section down below. If you want to watch similar videos in the future, make sure you like this video and subscribe to stay updated with our future uploads. We hope you're having a great day. So until next time, cheers!